Archangel Michael says the time of revelation is here. That which was hidden in the shadows can no longer remain concealed. The veil is lifting, and what was once cloaked in silence is now being drawn into the light. Something far greater than you can see or comprehend is unfolding. Unseen forces are in motion. The truth, long buried, is beginning to surface. You may have sensed it in your spirit, or perhaps ignored the signs. But now, the unveiling is unstoppable. Your sister has journeyed through a path wrapped in secrecy. Her choices, her words, and the things she believed no one would ever know are rising to the surface. Heaven has seen it all. Divine justice is moving. The time for pretending is over. What once echoed as whispers in the spiritual realm has now become a thunderous cry. This is no longer a silent storm, it's a divine confrontation. The truth will shake the very ground beneath your feet. What comes to light will challenge what you thought you knew, but it will also set you free. Prepare yourself, for when heaven reveals, it is always with purpose. Type 333 to receive divine clarity. Archangel Michael implores you not to be misled by mere appearances. Though she may have adorned herself with a gentle smile and an aura of warmth, beneath that facade lies a contrasting reality, a truth shrouded in shadows, one that was never meant for your eyes. The signs have woven themselves through your awareness. Deep down, you've sensed it, haven't you? An enigmatic energy, an invisible strain, fleeting moments that felt askew yet were dismissed. She believed she could elude the grasp of destiny, convinced she could keep the curtain drawn over your perception indefinitely. What she failed to foresee is that divine justice is ever vigilant. The process of revelation is underway. It may be gradual, like a single thread painstakingly pulled from a tapestry, but it will not be halted. With each passing day, more truths will come to light, and soon, the time for concealment will come to an end. Watch this video till end if you believe in Jesus. The divine forces have propelled their grand design into action. The barriers that once hid the truth are beginning to crumble. No secret can remain shrouded, no whisper can be silenced. She may attempt to deny it, perhaps strive to erase her missteps, but the strength of the divine hand far surpasses any falsehood. The weight of her deeds will resonate more profoundly than her flimsy words. This is not a time for inaction. This is not a moment for silence. It is the hour to observe, to listen, and to prepare. Signs will manifest in myriad forms, in whispered conversations, in unexpected encounters, in details you may have previously overlooked. Gradually, the intricate puzzle will begin to reveal itself before your very eyes. Type 999 to receive profound insight. Archangel Michael reminds us that truth is not always gentle. It can rattle you, prompt you to question, and make you wonder how you had remained blind to it all this time. Yet, truth is essential. You were never destined to languish in deception. You were not meant to be ensnared in an illusion. The divine perceives what humanity often overlooks, and when the time is ripe, the truth emerges unbound. She will sense the impending change, an unsettling shift, an awareness that her hidden truths are no longer secure, and despite her attempts at evasion, exposure is inevitable. This serves as both a caution and a blessing. The divine reveals for a purpose. This moment is bestowed upon you so you can gain clarity, understand deeply, and be ready. Type 444 to invite divine protection. She may react in ways you find surprising. Some may perceive her guilt in her silence, while others will detect it in her futile justifications. But the truth remains immutable. There can be no escape from it. The revelation will come through individuals, through circumstances, through irrefutable evidence. The moment is approaching, closer than you might imagine. The unraveling is already underway. The final pieces are shifting into place. Remain vigilant, for the divine is orchestrating its next move. Type 222 to receive discernment. The days ahead promise to unveil profound revelations. At first, you may catch glimpses of subtle details, but soon the larger truths will come to light. Do not dismiss them. She may attempt to deflect blame or distort the narrative, trying to cast shadows over the reality of the situation. However, deception cannot withstand the brilliance of divine light. The moment for pretense and evasion has passed. The truth stands unyielding and unmistakable. What unfolds next will be determined by your choices. You can embrace the truth or push against it, but know that it will unfailingly prevail regardless of your resistance. Type 555 to receive courage. This is a transformative moment. What was once shrouded in mystery is now unmistakably clear. There's no turning back now. Resist the temptation to let your emotions obscure your perspective. Don't allow personal sentiments to hinder your acceptance of reality. The truth remains unwavering, regardless of its discomfort. That which is concealed in shadows will inevitably be illuminated. It's not a question of if, but rather when, and that moment has arrived. The revelation is imminent, the unveiling is in progress. Nothing will remain concealed any longer. Type 111 to receive divine guidance. Brace yourself, for you are about to encounter revelations that may astonish you, ignite your passions, or evoke a deep sense of sorrow. Yet, in all of this, remember that truth is a precious gift. You have been selected to bear witness, to comprehend, and to truly know the depths of these moments. Your presence here is no mere accident. This message has found its way to you for a profound purpose. The divine seldom delivers warnings without intention. Therefore, remain vigilant, discerning, and anchored in your essence. The hand of the divine is at work, and the tides of change are upon us. Type 666 to receive clarity. What lies ahead will undoubtedly be challenging, yet it is imperative. The facade of deception is unraveling, and the illusions that once shielded her from reality are crumbling to dust. She must confront the actions she has taken. She will be called to account by a force more formidable than anything she has ever encountered. The burden of her deceit hangs heavily upon her. There is no escaping the reckoning that is approaching. Stand vigilant and steadfast. The moment of truth is at hand. Watch this video till end if you believe in Jesus. You were never meant to dwell in shadows. The divine is illuminating your path. How you choose to embrace this revelation is entirely in your hands, but turning a blind eye or feigning ignorance is not an option. The divine reveals truths only when the moment is ripe, and that moment is now. The hour of revelation has arrived. The truth will remain steadfast despite what unfolds next. It is immutable. Nothing can obscure it or erase its essence. Stay vigilant, be patient, and remember that divine justice arrives precisely on time. The forces of the divine are just beginning their work. This is merely the dawn of what is to come. The process of exposure is still in motion, and more hidden truths are destined to emerge. Your sister thought she could shroud her actions in secrecy indefinitely. She was convinced that silence would shield her. Yet, the divine does not permit darkness to reign unchecked. When the moment of revelation comes, she will sense it deep within her soul, a restlessness, a dawning awareness that transformative forces are at work beyond her grasp. This is the undeniable weight of truth pressing against the very walls she has erected. There is no halting the momentum that has been set in motion, no way to reverse course or delay the inevitable. The unraveling has commenced, and it will persist until all is laid bare. The truth will ultimately shine through. Type 1010 to receive divine awareness. Do not allow your emotions to cloud your judgment. What is unfolding is essential for your awakening. The truth is not intended to devastate but to enlighten. She may attempt to manipulate the narrative, portraying herself as the victim, yet deception cannot withstand the unyielding force of divine justice. Every concealed action bears consequences, and you will find signs emerging around you, sudden epiphanies, words uttered at just the right moment. Stay alert, the puzzle pieces are aligning. She will soon struggle to maintain her facade, as the burden of her own choices becomes increasingly insurmountable. When the final revelation arrives, everything will become undeniably clear. Type 1212 to receive divine revelation. Archangel Michael reminds us that the hand of justice moves with remarkable swiftness. What once required years to emerge is now manifesting in the blink of an eye. This acceleration of truth is unmistakable. Do not be taken aback when events unfold with surprising rapidity. The divine operates beyond the constraints of human time. When the moment of revelation arrives, it will come with astonishing suddenness. One day, life may seem routine. The next, an avalanche of truth will erupt, impossible to overlook. Prepare yourself, for that day draws near. Type 144 to invoke divine protection. She will perceive it before you do, a palpable sense of impending exposure, that gnawing fear that her carefully constructed walls are crumbling, and indeed, they are. There is no longer room for concealment. Deception has reached its end. The time for clarity has arrived. Stand resolute, the truth is impartial and divine. It does not seek to destroy, but rather to mend what has been fractured. She may resist, she may put up a fight, but such resistance will only intensify the forthcoming revelation. Type 1616 to receive divine wisdom. The more she attempts to erase her tracks, the more glaringly they will be revealed. The divine ensures that no one can elude the truth. Every shadowy step taken will now be brought into the light. It is no mere coincidence that this message has found you now. It has arrived at precisely the moment you needed it most. Divine timing is impeccably orchestrated. Heed the whispers, the gentle nudges, the affirmations. They are guiding you toward profound awareness. What lies ahead is not for the faint of heart. You must remain steadfast and committed to the truth. You will need to perceive reality as it exists, not as you might wish it to be. Type 1818 to receive divine strength. This revelation is not solely for her, it is also for you, to liberate you from the shackles of illusion, to awaken your senses, and to guarantee that deception finds no refuge in your life. She has made her choices and traversed a specific path, but now she stands at the brink of accountability, ready to confront the consequences of her actions. This is her moment of reckoning, the pivotal point at which all that has been concealed must be unveiled. The burden of her decisions rests heavily upon her shoulders, and soon, the world will bear witness to the truth. Type 2020 to receive divine vision. Prepare yourself for the unexpected twists of fate. Often, revelations come from the most unlikely sources. You may encounter truths that appear too remarkably coincidental to be mere happenstance. Rest assured, nothing transpires by chance. The workings of divine justice are unfaltering. This unveiling is not arbitrary. It is orchestrated by forces beyond our understanding. When the moment of ultimate revelation arrives, clarity will be inescapable. In that instant, there will be no sanctuary for denial, no words to reverse the past. The truth will emerge in its full, unassailable glory. Type 2222 to receive divine clarity. What is unfolding before us is not merely coincidence, it is an integral chapter in a grand design. The exposure we're witnessing is essential, for without truth, transformation remains elusively out of reach. You have been uniquely selected to bear witness, to perceive, to comprehend, and to gain deeper insight. Your presence here, receiving this message, is no happenstance. It is a manifestation of divine alignment. We are in the midst of a profound unfolding of justice, occurring right in front of our eyes. The actions taken bear consequences, inescapable and irretrievable. Yet, this moment is not one of punishment, rather, it is a natural outcome of what has been initiated. Type 2424 to receive divine insight. Don't allow her words to mislead you. Pay attention to her actions, for they hold the key to the truth. While words can be skilled in the art of deception, genuine intentions are always reflected in actions. She may attempt to cast herself as the victim, but beneath the facade, she is acutely aware of the reality she faces. The time for pretense is over. There are no more shadows to hide in. The truth is emerging, ready to unfold in its entirety. What is being revealed now is merely the start of a deeper journey. Watch this video till end if you believe in Jesus. You will one day reflect on this pivotal moment and come to understand that it was destined to unfold. The signs were present all along, waiting for the right time to reveal themselves to you. This is your awakening, your moment of profound clarity. Embrace the truth that emerges before you. It is your path to liberation. What lies ahead has the power to transform your entire reality, bringing forth justice, balance, and a sense of closure. The divine does not permit deceit to flourish indefinitely. The truth has emerged, and this unveiling is irrevocable. Type 2828 to receive divine closure. The waiting is over, the final act has commenced. The moment of truth has arrived. Prepare to watch, to listen, and to brace yourself. Justice is in motion, unstoppable and resolute. The divine forces are still at play. The revelation is far from complete, with far more yet to be unveiled. Your sister's secrets lie buried deep. She thought she had constructed an impenetrable fortress around them. Yet, the walls are beginning to crumble, and their inevitable collapse is just on the horizon. She will soon feel the crushing weight of her fabrications, each lie she has woven, every concealed act, and all her deceptions will come crashing down. The divine is determined that nothing remains hidden. There is no refuge from what is unfolding, the exposure is unyielding, and the truth waits for no one. Type 3030 to receive divine knowledge. Archangel Michael brings the promise of justice, ushering us into the thrilling cusp of revelation. In these final moments, the tension is palpable as a powerful struggle unfolds. She strives to maintain her composure, yet the divine forces tug relentlessly at the fabric of her reality, threatening to unravel her very being. Her demeanor shifts. She may seem anxious, restless, even uneasy, bearing the heavy burden of realization that her time of obscurity has come to an end. Her spirit is in turmoil, haunted by the knowledge that the veil of deception she has long relied upon is failing. She can feel the precariousness of her situation. The sanctuary of lies has collapsed, and while she may attempt to delay the inevitable, the divine has already decreed that truth shall emerge. And emerge it will. Type 3131 to receive divine strength. Exposure is a gradual revelation, unfolding slowly and intricately, layer by layer. Each day, new fragments of truth emerge, illuminating the shadows that once concealed them. She finds herself unable to suppress this evolving narrative. No distraction, denial, or evasion can halt the tide of what is inevitably surfacing. The truth is too potent to remain hidden. It's palpable in her expressions, evident in her body language, and resonant in her words. The burden of her secrets has grown increasingly heavy, and with each passing moment, she realizes that time is slipping away. Desperation gnaws at her, but it is too late for retreat. The divine has taken the helm now, guiding the unfolding of her reality. Type 3232 to receive divine guidance. You may seek to draw others into your web, rallying support to sway the tides in your favor, but no amount of manipulation can withstand the power of divine truth. There lies no refuge for her. No words, excuses, or justifications will shield her from the inevitable exposure that awaits. She may feign innocence, cloaking herself in a facade of ignorance, yet the relentless nature of truth will unveil every disguise she dons. The events are unfolding precisely as destined. This is the moment of divine timing, a powerful manifestation of justice that cannot be thwarted. Type 3333 to receive divine guidance. She cannot evade the inevitable. The past is swiftly closing in on her, its burden heavy and suffocating. The revelation will unfold gradually, beginning with seemingly trivial truths that, at first glance, might appear inconsequential. However, as the layers peel away, the more profound revelations will emerge. Truths so compelling that doubt will have no place to take root and denial will be futile. The reality will be stark and unmistakable, laid bare for all to witness. The repercussions will be profound. The full gravity of her actions will be exposed, leaving no avenue for retreat. Type 3434 to receive divine foresight. She will be compelled to confront her innermost self, to acknowledge the truths she has desperately attempted to conceal. There will be no escaping this pivotal moment. It is the moment of reckoning, when the shadows of the past rise to the surface. The divine does not overlook. Her attempts at resistance will be in vain. The unveiling has already begun. It lies beyond her grasp. The truth will dismantle every illusion, tearing away the facade she has clung to for so long, revealing her authentic self to the world at last. Type 3535 to receive divine clarity. The divine is ushering in a season of resolution. This isn't merely a moment of revelation, it's the culmination of deceit. We stand at the threshold of the final chapter, where every falsehood will be laid bare, and no secret will remain in the shadows. Every action, every hidden truth, every act of subterfuge will be exposed in their entirety. The time for procrastination has passed. Prepare yourself, for the truth is an unstoppable force that may rattle your very core. Yet, embrace this truth, for it is imperative. She must confront the consequences of her actions, she must be held accountable for her choices, and she must bear the burden of her own deeds. This reckoning is not only inevitable but essential for growth and transformation. Type 3636 to receive divine understanding. The divine is guiding you to see beyond the veil of manipulation, illuminating the truth in its purest form. No longer will you grapple with uncertainty regarding what is real. The clarity you seek will be unveiled before you. Emotions should not cloud your perception, nor should personal connections hinder your acceptance of the revelations at hand. This journey is not fueled by anger or vengeance, rather, it is a quest for divine justice. The truth is on its way, destined to emerge because it must be acknowledged. Type 3737 to receive divine discernment. She might attempt to contain the fallout and downplay the reality of the situation, but the moment has passed. The truth has taken on a life of its own, beyond her reach, unfolding regardless of her efforts. With each futile struggle, the weight of her guilt becomes increasingly apparent. Every endeavor to obscure the truth will only cast a sharper light on her misdeeds. This is no mere coincidence. This is divine intervention, the unmistakable hand of justice in motion. Nothing can impede its course. Watch this video till end if you believe in Jesus. The revelation is on the brink of its breathtaking climax. The ultimate truths are poised to be unveiled. Prepare for the shocking, the undeniable, and the transformative. Ready your spirit, for the moment of exposure is upon us. The truth is now an unstoppable force. Type 3939 to receive a sense of divine closure. There is no turning back. The hour of revelation has arrived. Stay vigilant and listen closely. The divine is speaking, justice is being served, and the truth will endure for all eternity. The divine forces are actively at work, unveiling, disclosing, and illuminating. What has been set in motion cannot be halted. The weight of truth presses forward with relentless momentum. Your sister's deceit, long concealed in shadow, is now laid bare, as the divine light penetrates the darkness, revealing each action she believed to be hidden from sight. The tide of exposure is not merely continuing, it is gaining pace. She can sense it within her soul, a profound realization that her days of secrecy are over. The facade she meticulously crafted is disintegrating faster than she ever anticipated. Restless and uneasy, she finds no solace. The burden of her choices weighs heavily upon her mind, heart, and spirit. No matter how fervently she tries to deny it, she understands that divine justice has already arrived. Type 4040 to receive divine awareness. Archangel Michael proclaims that the moment of reckoning draws near. The truth is ascending, unstoppable, undeniable, and unyielding. No longer can it remain concealed. The falsehoods will inevitably betray her. Her own actions will illuminate her duplicity. The very measures she employed to safeguard her secrets are now turning against her. Those around her are beginning to awaken to the reality. The facade is crumbling, leaving little room for pretense. The reality of her true self and her past deeds is becoming increasingly evident to all. The time for deceit has vanished. The space for lies has all but evaporated. The divine is orchestrating the revelation of every hidden truth. Type 4140 to receive divine protection. Desperation grips her like a tightening noose. The walls around her seem to close in, suffocating her with their looming presence. Deep down, she recognizes the futility of escape. In a last-ditch effort, she schemes to weave a tapestry of deception, to distort the truth, manipulate perceptions, and displace blame. Yet, she is blind to the futility of her actions. The divine watches with unwavering clarity, and justice stands as an unyielding sentinel. She might attempt to pit allies against one another, striving to twist the fabric of reality to suit her narrative. However, the truth, like a phoenix, will inevitably rise from the ashes of her fabrications. Her unmasking serves as a crucial lesson, not only for her but for all who have been ensnared in her web of lies. It stands as a solemn reminder that deceit is but a fleeting shadow beneath the unwavering light of truth. The divine does not permit injustice to shine eternally. She stands at a pivotal crossroads, confronted with a profound decision, to embrace the truth or persist in her resistance. Yet, the wheels of revelation are already in motion, and there is no turning back. The divine forces at play are beyond her grasp. The truth has slipped from her hands. The veil that once concealed her true self is poised to fall away, stripping away the illusions that have shielded her for so long. The world will soon witness her authentic self, and the power of deception will wane. The exposure is not merely a personal affair, it is a public awakening, impossible to deny. The entire situation is now bathed in light, leaving nothing hidden from view. Type 4343 to receive divine wisdom. She profoundly misjudged the force of divine justice, believing herself to be in command when, in truth, only the divine wields such authority. The unfolding of events is not random, it adheres to a precise and intentional design, an unstoppable revelation that has been set in motion. The gravity of her decisions will soon bear down on her, as the repercussions become inescapable. Every choice she has made has guided her to this very moment, a pivotal intersection of fate. What was once cloaked in shadows is now illuminated. the secrets she thought she could keep are laid bare. There is no turning back now. Type 4444 to receive divine truth. The exposure is reverberating far beyond her. Those in her vicinity are awakening to undeniable realities. Long-buried secrets are surfacing, provoking a spectrum of reactions, astonishment in some, fury in others, and a palpable sense of betrayal among many. Yet, in this moment of revelation, no one can turn a blind eye to the unfolding truth. It stands resolutely before them, demanding acknowledgement and refusing to be silenced. The truth does not seek permission, nor does it pause for validation. Though she may strive to repair her reputation and regain command of her narrative, the damage is irrevocable. The truth has already emerged, and there is no going back. Watch this video till end if you believe in Jesus. In the climactic moments of revelation, the tension reaches its zenith. This is the pivotal juncture, the point at which everything shatters. She may don a mask of nonchalance, pretending that the world around her is untouched, but beneath the surface, she senses that the era of pretense has reached its conclusion. The divine has deftly dismantled her defenses. There are no more illusions to offer her refuge from the inevitable. She stands on the precipice, poised to confront herself, grapple with the unvarnished truth, and reckon with the justice that has finally come to claim its due. Type 4646 to receive divine foresight. The divine, in its essence, embodies not cruelty but profound justice. This revelation is not a mere act of retribution, rather, it is a quest for truth. The truth demands to be unveiled. She must comprehend that deception is a fleeting shadow. What is concealed in darkness inevitably emerges into the light. There is no evading the grip of divine justice. This is her moment of reckoning, where the full weight of her decisions rests squarely upon her shoulders. She stands alone, with no one to hold accountable but herself. Those around her are beginning to awaken, perceiving her for who she truly is, and their perceptions have irrevocably shifted. They will never view her in the same light again. Type 4747 to receive divine clarity. This moment of revelation is merely the beginning. Its effects will reverberate far and wide, transforming everything in its wake. She can no longer evade accountability. The veil of deception has been torn away. The universe has orchestrated this pivotal moment with impeccable timing. Events are unfolding precisely as they were destined to. She is powerless to avert the impending storm. The ultimate truth is unfolding before our eyes. This exposure will not only bring closure but also restore balance and deliver justice. She has relinquished control over the narrative. The truth now resounds more forcefully than any defense she could muster. Gone are the days of doubt and ambiguity. The cosmos has laid bare all that needed illumination. The final chapter has arrived. The truth stands starkly revealed, and the curtain has fallen on this act of deception. The divine has declared its will. The truth has emerged victorious, just as justice takes its rightful stand. This marks the close of deception, the dissolution of falsehoods, and the shattering of illusions. A transformative shift has occurred. The truth now reigns as the sole reality. Witness this moment unfold, embrace the change, and etch it in your memory. The divine has taken its decisive step, and the final chapter has now been penned. Type Amen if you believe in God. Like this video to affirm. Subscribe for daily God's messages.